Hey guys, well today I got another Bad Avenue story for you. Now, when I was growing up on Bad Avenue, I met a lot of characters. Now, going in and out of the social clubs when I was a kid, you meet all these old-time wise guys and you become friendly with them and you establish a relationship with them, a friendly relationship, or sometimes they become wise guy uncles. Now, as you're knowing these guys, they're also staking you, meaning give you a couple of dollars, and you're also doing errands for them. The errand starts out small, then later on as you grow up, you're doing bigger errands, and you're helping them out committing crimes and things like that. So one of the guys in my neighborhood was a guy by the name of Frank Porco. Frank Porco was originally a fireman at one time, and eventually he became a wise guy in the Bonanno crime family, moving up to a captain, where guys will be reporting to him. Now, I met Frank Porco when I was a young kid, when I lived on Bay 16th and Bed, and I would go in and out of Spero's club, and I was standing in front of the club one day, and he just came over, handed me a $20 bill, and I said, "Oh, thank you." And he said, "What's your name?" We started talking about sports, and I became very friendly with him. And his sister ended up living right next door to my mother on 25th Avenue. So when I was at my mother's house one time, I opened up the window that connected to the other house with a little rooftop, and Frank Porco was there. So I knew Frank Porco very well. He knew my brother, my sister. We grew up with him and always being respectful towards him. Now, Frank Porco was a captain in the Bonanno crime family. And he was one of the good guys, Frank Porco. I told you stories before of me and Paulie G buying Spero and Frank Porco wardrobes and putting a stack of money in the pockets and give it to them for Christmas. I know you remember that. So this story is, out of nowhere, I used to gamble. And we had this kid, his name was Fabio. Fabio lived somewhere on 16th Avenue and Cropsey and Shore Parkway. I never knew the kid. All of a sudden, this kid comes around, and someone brings him around. We're in Greg's End one night, and we're drinking. And someone introduces me to him and tells me he's a bookie. I said, "You're a bookie?" I said, "Oh, wow." I said, "Yeah." I said, "Give me a number. I'll put in some action with you." Now, I didn't know who this kid was around. I didn't even know he was around anybody. I thought he was just taking action. So the weekend comes, and I'm putting in all kinds of action with this guy. I'm betting $500 a game, $1,000 a game. I'm robbing and stealing at the time. I'm a little big shot, I'm thinking. I got my little crew. Now, this kid just comes around, he's taking action. So I put it into him. I bet every game on the sheet, every game. And you know what? I'm winning every game. Every game I'm winning. And to the end, what I do is I walk out of Greg's Inn. I go home to relax and finish watching the games. When I left Greg's Inn, I was winning every football game by the spread, by the points, everything. My teams were ahead. I go home. Once I went home, how everything turned. I end up losing every football game I put in. So I end up owing this kid maybe close to $11,000. Now, I didn't know who he was. So after I lost, I really took a shot at him where I wasn't going to pay him at all. If I was to win, I would just take the money. If I was to lose, I wouldn't give him anything. So I end up losing. I lost like $11,000 to this kid. Now, I tell the kid, "You know what? You got to give me a shot to win it back." So he says, "You know what? I'm going to give you a shot." He says, "But the most you could bet is $1,000 a game." So I'm betting 1,000 a game. And I bet with him again. A week passes. And I end up losing again. Now, an old man once told me, if you don't like somebody, teach them how to gamble. That's how you get back at them. Teach someone how to gamble if you don't like somebody, because all gamblers die broke. So I end up losing again to this guy, maybe another 6,000. Some games I won, most of the games I lost. And I own like maybe $17,000, $18,000. Now, I don't plan on paying this kid. Okay, so I tell this kid he's beat. He never told me who he's around, if he's around anybody. I just thought he was around nobody. All of a sudden, I'm on base 16th, a couple of days later, and Joe Bonanno walks up to me. He says, Jimmy, he says, he goes, Big Frank wants to talk to you. I said, Big Frank? I said, what does he want to talk to me about, Joe? He said, I don't know, you were gambling with some kid and you owe this kid $18,000. I said, Joe, I didn't know this kid was with Big Frank. He said, well, Big Frank wants to talk to you. So I walk in the club, Spero's club, and Big Frank's sitting down. I said, hey, Big Frank, I give him a kiss hello. And he said, what's going on? He says, you bet with this kid? He said, you owe him tons of money. He said, I said, Frank, I didn't know this kid was around you. He said, well, yeah, the kid's around me. He says, you owe him $18,000. I said, Frank, you got to give me a couple of days for the money. He said, Jimmy, just give me $5,000 and we'll call it even, and you can't bet no more. Don't bet with the kid no more. I said, all right, Frank. I said, thank you. I appreciate it. So I kiss him goodbye. And that's one of my stories with Big Frank Porco. So these are the interactions I had with guys in the neighborhood. Whether they were captains, whether they were associates, whether they associates that moved to wise guys. This is how the neighborhood is run. So I hope you enjoyed that story. I'll come around tomorrow or the next day and I'll give you another story. With all that said, I love you guys. Thanks for the support. And let's go live again Sunday. And let's all chop it up, chit-chat, and make a good day out of it. So live Sunday, you guys and me again. And let's have some fun with it. But everyone, have a great Tuesday. I love you guys. Subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you soon. Remember, God first. Bye.